Hi, I'm Kate.
And I'm Bailey.
And these are our book boyfriends. Love it.
Yes.
Hi, guys. Welcome back. Oh, my goodness. Feel like it's been forever since we've talked. Both Bailey and I to each other, but also us to you guys. Thank you so much for joining us for season 2.
Our last video was in March.
I forgot the AC.
Oh.
Loud.
What's the first episode without at least a few technical difficulties?
For real, it's been 3 months since if not longer.
It's been longer. Wait, April, May, June, July, August.
What?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't April.
Okay, listen, I know that we recorded
Damn,
before.
you're right, April.
Because April 19th is when Taylor released her most recent album, Tortured Poets Department, and we have not talked about Tortured Poets Department on the podcast. So the last time we met to record was before then. Now, if an episode came out after,
It did.
different
March.
story. But no, we have not talked in front of the mics since before Taylor's last album, which is a absolutely Swifty way of keeping time. But
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. You knew exactly April 19th.
okay, because April 19th, because I remember.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a reason why I remember, but it's okay. I mean, it was just a story. I was like talking to my parents. I'm like at their house, and I'm like, why do I feel like April 19th is like a big deal? Like it was like a week before, and I was like, I feel like there's something going on April 19th, and I just cannot remember what. And then later that night, I realized like, oh, I was just
Remembering
that Taylor's
album.
dropping a new album on April 19th. So it will forever be in my memory.
Love that.
Yeah,
It was a good day.
it was.
Well, we now have more cameras. I finally got a phone with some storage that is better than 0. So now we can see Joe.
Yay. That's me.
Love that. He'll contribute so much, it seems. Well, where have we been for apparently 5 months? You been? In the last 5 months.
I've been a lot of places. We stopped before summer hit because I knew that I was about to take a month-long trip to Spain, and I was like, I need to focus all my energy into making money because it was a very expensive trip. So I worked a lot before Spain. I was in Spain for 4 weeks, and then I worked a lot after, and now we are here. I mean, I've really just worked and been to Spain, which was, as amazing as you can imagine, really. It was beautiful. Lots of fun.
What was your favorite thing there?
Oh my gosh. That's so difficult because honestly, like every time I think about Spain, I like remember something else that I loved about it. I think in general, like my favorite thing, oh my gosh. So Spanish culture, from what I experienced, I'm not an expert like at all, but from what I experienced, it's a lot slower than American culture. They don't have like as much as an emphasis on like productivity and like you wake up, you have a routine, you do this certain thing, and you like get all these things done before you go to the office, and you get all these things done at the office, and you go home and you have all these things. They really prioritize like just loving and embracing life and the beauty that life has, and their culture just like really every step of their day helps in that slow down mentality, like just take things for as they are, and like life is meant to be beautiful and slow, and you know, like things are happening with you, not at you type mentality. So that was probably the most refreshing for like, I'm a girl who always is moving, grooving, doing something. It's one of my faults, I would say. So like that was a big one thing that I needed to get used to while I was there, but also like a good breath of fresh air once I realized to like just sit in it and like move with it instead of like trying to move against it. Yeah, but that was probably the most impactful thing during my time in Spain. Yeah.
And you learned nothing. You landed and the next day you started working, right?
Yeah, and I I even like wrote my final paper because I went for school. I wasn't just for funsies. It was a study abroad program, so I went and I did human relations course and obviously a Spanish course. In my paper, I wrote the entire human relations paper over how like the Spanish culture is just so much slower. And then I literally landed on Sunday and Sunday night drove from Dallas to where I live in Oklahoma, and then Monday morning went to work. It was awful. It was literally awful. And then I worked 28 days straight because I had 2 jobs, a full-time job and a part-time job that I was trying to get out of, and worked for 28 days straight, got 1 day off, and then worked for another 2 weeks without a break. So I learned nothing, but I can appreciate it.
Yeah, I would say it got worse.
But it's better now. It's better now. My life is a lot calmer now.
Yeah.
I did what I needed to do during that month and a half of like overpowered working. And now like I'll
Make
have
up for the month of
weekends.
not making money.
Yeah. I mean, I had to like clean up some messes that I left behind when I left. So, yeah. I'm better, I think. No, I'm not. I'm gonna be better. I'm a little bit better. I took Saturday this week as like a full off day and it was amazing. And I was like, wow, like people do this like every week. Like I did nothing productive. I just did what I wanted to. It was amazing.
Saturdays off are the best.
It was
I hate both of you.
So good.
I have many other days off, but
I know, and now I work a 9 to 5. It's a little bit more than a 9 to 5, but it's about a 9 to 5. And Bailey works weekends. So all that work for what? I'm just kidding.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're going to do. Figure it out. And you're still in school.
And I'm still in school, yeah.
Last semester, though.
Yeah, full-time corporate job, full-time student, only till December. Everyone pray for me.
That we make it out alive.
Yeah, it's been intense. It's only been 2 weeks and I'm already regretting my decisions, so.
Well, Joe and I's life, we are moving. She's excited. We're not.
I know.
But it's fine. It wasn't planned move. We were just told we rent a house, and the owner wants to sell it, so we have to move.
Yeah.
So we looks a little barren back here. I still got my I said tree. Still got my plant. He looks kind of like a tree, but that's why it looks a little naked back there. We have to
I have
move.
stuff behind me.
Oh yeah.
We still have plants back here too, but yeah, we have to move. So you're gonna see like a couple episodes with barren nothingness, and then a complete
and then a
scene
new
change.
place.
I know. Okay, I'm only excited because you guys were so stressed when it happened. And I felt so helpless because, like, I live in a different city.
Stressed.
Yes. But listen, these two worked their asses off in, like, a matter of 3 days. They already had a new place. They got, like, the keys and everything. I mean, that's something to be, like, proud of. Like, that's badass material right there, guys. Like, you guys got your shit together. You figured it out. And that's why I'm excited because this is, like, you have so much time. You don't, but you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just still have to work in between that. If I, like, didn't have a job, that'd be fucking fantastic. But,
Yeah.
and then, you know, I work weekends, so that's when Joe's off, and that's when most other people who could help us are off, but I work. So it's like, and Joe doesn't want to try to move big stuff while I'm sleeping all day, and so it's just like, when the hell are we going to move all the big shit?
Yeah.
It's kind of like where we're at right now.
Yeah, right now
the little stuff is whatever.
Right now, the big thing is logistics of moving. Like, we have a place. It's nice. We actually like it. It's
We
bigger.
like this place, too.
It doesn't have a
Airplane, air conditioner.
Airplane air conditioner.
Oh, you tested it?
I mean,
It just wasn't built in the fucking 50s.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's a modern-ish home. I don't know when it was built, but it's definitely newer. And yeah, I don't know what else to say about that.
It's exciting.
We have a month, so...
Yeah. And your schedule, like,
Preference.
it schedules you out so far in advance.
Exactly. So we got called on a
Tuesday.
Tuesday, but it was like almost the end of the month. And they told us you have a month to get out. So by the end of September, I don't know when the hell you'll see this, but by the end of September, we have to be out of this house. And my schedule is booked out until like November at this point.
Yeah.
So my schedule is what it is. I couldn't like ask off because my schedule's done. And I was like, oh, cool. Okay. Like, awesome. But yeah, we found out on a Tuesday. By Friday, we had gotten a house.
Yeah.
We didn't have the keys until the next Friday.
Yeah,
But
we put in an application and then pretty much was accepted. Like, she messaged me the next morning because I don't think Bailey filled out the
I
application.
had to get pay slips, and I was having trouble. I can't access. I work at a hospital, so I can't log into my hospital system at home. So I had to be there. There's a way to log in at home. Whatever, it doesn't matter. My shit was locked out. So I had to wait till I went to work to get the pay slips to apply. So Joe applied before me because I was struggling to get my pay slips. And so they texted Joe and they're like, make sure Bailey applies.
Yeah.
We can't approve or look at anything until Bailey applies. And so I did that day. And then the next, not even 24 hours later, they called us.
Yeah.
And said you got it, which was nice because I got called right before I went to work. So it was just a relief.
Yeah.
That I didn't have all that on my brain while I was trying to work.
Yeah. Just also renting or the housing market is just crazy. And
True. We didn't want to miss it.
Yeah.
When we saw that house, it had been on Zillow for 4 days.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I was...
And we put in that we could move in immediately. So I'm sure that helped.
For sure.
But yeah, also it was just weird because the first place we went...
Yeah, within 24 hours of being told we were not going to live here, we had toured 3 houses. I was like...
That sounds so like you. It's insane.
I got home, I had a little mental breakdown.
Yeah.
A little?
No, that moment. You weren't even here when I found out.
Oh,
you
no.
weren't here. I was alone.
I was at school. I was like, well... I was with a med student. The med student I was rotating.
I know.
And...
she gave us boxes.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, but I was home alone. Freaked out a little bit. Just sat on the couch and was like, fuck. But then I was like, okay, I guess I got to start looking at houses now. And then we did and toured one that night. I guess when you tour houses now, no one comes with you.
Yeah. It's weird.
I mean, I liked it on one hand, but then I didn't like it because if we had questions, well, you don't. I don't know. You just don't. And then the first house we saw, I guess not the first one, the second house we saw, there was a leak. And so, I wanted to be like, hey, there's a leak. You got to fix that.
Yeah.
But no one was there and we didn't even have a point of contact. It was all on the computer. It was all virtual.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah.
So we were instantly off put by all that, but also the house was disgusting.
Yeah, they hid in the description. Most places say rent as is, which you kind of expect them to not. They're rent houses. It's not going to be your forever.
You're not
home.
going to bargain.
Yeah. But this one, it was not cleaned.
It was disgusting.
And it needed
Walked
to
in,
be
it smelled
painted.
like dog.
Smelled like dog.
I wonder
Didn't
if the
change the
person
carpet,
who owns
didn't
it
paint.
doesn't live here.
It's or whoever owns it is the leasing agency is some corporate thing that's from Houston.
Yeah.
So it's they don't. I'm sure none of them ever walked the house. They just had somebody come take pictures and then that was it, which didn't match the house. It matched the house, but it didn't match
It looked like
the
it was
state.
pictures before the current.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the pictures
Unless
the last
they
time.
edited it.
Yeah.
It was that bad?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Wow.
We walked because at first when we saw the pictures, we were excited about it. It was one of our top ones.
Yeah, I even sent that one to you. I was
Yeah.
like, hey, this one's
you
cute.
saw it too.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was bad. But luckily,
So bad.
That was the first experience with zero contact, and then the house we got, it was the same way kind of, but so you could see whoever owns it or is leasing the property, and we looked it up and they were actually Tulsa based. And so we went there by ourselves, but immediately we got a human contact messaged us. And she's really nice.
Yeah, we like her.
And then we actually met them, and it was a really good time.
Oh,
so.
okay, good.
We went to the office because it's down the street.
Oh, super cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were already okay, we like this a lot better than
there's an actual person.
human, not a computer.
Yeah, because that's going to be issues down the line, too.
Yeah.
When you need repairs done.
Also, when you walk into our house and they're saying you're going to rent it as is, and there's a big old wet spot that I know is the air conditioner leaking, I'm like, okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's fallen through by now.
Don't care.
Yeah. They sent a robo message that
Did you respond?
Yeah, I said 0 stars or something.
Did you say why, though?
Yeah, I said there was a leak.
Okay. I was
okay.
we need to let them know somehow.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's on them.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That's crazy.
0 stars. There was it was dusty, dirty. There was thumbtacks all over the ground. They didn't paint. It's patched where you could see where they patched holes, but they didn't paint over it. So it's just spots.
Wow.
Carpet was definitely not new or cleaned, it seemed like. It
What the
was just
heck?
strange. It was very
Yeah,
strange.
renting is weird. I feel like our experience is like, skewed because we went to college and like in a college town, everybody rents at the same time and ends their lease at the same time, and everything's owned by like 3 people. Mm-hmm. And it's just a weird experience being here, I guess.
Yeah, because when we rented this house, it was like a friend of mine's family member owns it. And so we had personal, like, we got his phone number and we were like, hey, he never even listed the house. Like, it was just like, he was like, oh, I'm fixing it up. If you guys want it, I won't even post it. Neither of us will have to go through that drama of the bidding BS. He's like, that's so stressful on our end too, sifting through a million people applying. So he's like, y'all got it great. And so that was a really easy experience for us too. So this was the first, I feel like.
First, like, somebody we don't know or...
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird, but...
We got a house.
You
Bigger
got a
house. Newer house.
That's so
It'll be nice. It'll be nice once we're moved in, but it was an awful week.
Yeah.
Or 3 days, I guess. Being homeless-ish for 3 days. It felt like weeks in those 3 days. It was awful. Mm-hmm. Couldn't sleep. I was all on Zillow constantly trying to find some shit. Oh, also that nasty-ass house was like in Coweta.
Oh my God, was it really?
Yes, it would have taken me like an hour to get to work.
Oh, gross.
And I was like, I can't do that.
No.
I'm too tired when I'm leaving work.
Yeah.
People do it, but I don't want to. Anyway, we're not talking about a book today if we have not gotten the gist of that.
Oh, yeah.
Because how would we have told you? Also, we're just catching up.
Yeah.
Because it's been a long time. Mm-hmm. So, because we're not talking about a book.
That's only 18 minutes into the
I know. I was like, hopefully you would have figured it out by now. We're not talking about a book.
I feel like we do this a lot. Like, our viewers should honestly be used to the chaos by now, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
But I thought we would talk about stuff we've read in that 5-month gap since we haven't been talking to you. So, like, I picked a few books that I've enjoyed. My favorite books I've read all summer, pretty much.
Yeah.
And Joe, you can pop in too if you had any favorite books this summer, but I can't even think of one you've read, so.
That's rude.
Actually, I can. Let me tell you. He read A Court of Thorns and Roses.
I did.
One word.
One word to describe it?
Yeah.
Eh.
Oh, I thought my one word for you was going to be atrocious. Because that's how you acted.
I don't want to talk bad about it because everybody loves it a lot, but I am not a huge fan. I didn't like it.
He's also a boy.
Yeah.
You say that. We met someone yesterday who's read the whole series, and he didn't talk poorly about it.
Yeah, he liked it.
He's my new best friend.
Yeah?
I've met him twice.
I think I need to meet him too.
He's great.
Yeah?
I got him. I was like, you need to read Fourth Wing. And he's like, all right.
All right.
And he's read Throne of Glass. Like,
whoa, wait,
yeah.
really?
I was like, hot damn.
Wow.
I know. I was sitting on the edge of the pool and I heard him say Silver Flames, and I literally leapt into the pool and I was like, wait. I read it. Yeah. That's literally what I did. I jumped in like this. I was like, stop talking. Wait, let me join.
Oh, but you got through the pool?
They weren't terribly far from me, but
that's funny.
Yeah, it's not a huge pool.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. I just don't like Feyre at all. I hate her character. I don't understand her motives. And yeah, it just compounds on top of itself.
Nothing you've said to me isn't false.
Well,
Like, all of your irritations are so valid.
well, the big thing for me was just her motivation. Like, I understand the way she acts, I guess. You can, whatever. She's a little Stockholm Syndrome baby, but I just don't understand, like, her initial motive. So, like, the whole premise of this book in the beginning is that she is trying to protect her family. But because she made this random promise to her mom on her deathbed, but she hated her mom, hates her family, hates all of them, does basically everything for them, and then randomly kills a wolf that turns out to be a fairy. And then this other fairy shows up and is like, you have to live with me forever to protect your family. And she's like, oh, okay. And then goes there. And then immediately falls in love with him. I don't know.
That's the premise.
Yeah, Bailey's correct in saying that nothing that you've said has been false.
Yeah.
So, but I'm scared that his irritations are only going to get worse when it comes
Mine
to
did.
Feyre's motives. Yeah.
Mine sure did.
Yeah.
Like, by the end of the series, I did not like her.
Yeah.
At all, actually. But...
Wait, you've read Silver Flames?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's on my list.
Okay.
I liked Silver Flames.
But it wasn't Feyre's book.
Exactly.
That's probably why.
That's why I liked it. I was out of that crazy bitch's fucking head. I was in another crazy bitch's fucking head.
Yeah.
But I won't tell you who,
That's
just
fine.
in case. But
Oh, I'm very much looking forward to that one because of who it is. Yeah.
so, Court of Silver Flames, that was one of my favorites of the summer. Because not in Feyre's head anymore. Mm-hmm. Bless. And I just liked Nessa's story and kind of learning. Well, fuck.
There we go. I literally looked at you and said, oh.
I liked her story and learning her.
Gosh, you ruin everything.
Shut up. Her motivations of, because, you know, she's a bitch and she's awful.
Yeah.
Like, throughout the whole series. She doesn't not get awful. But you kind of learn her inner thoughts and why she is the way she is and her struggle. And Cassian. And that one was a lot spicier than the rest of the ACOTAR series.
I know.
And so I liked that one.
Yeah, I had a friend who said that she read ACOTAR and she didn't like Silver Flames because it got so much progressively more spicy than its predecessors. So, yeah, that's definitely what
That was
I've
a
heard.
selling point for me.
Yeah. I was like, all right, sounds good.
Yeah, I'm like, great, sign me up.
And sound my up. Yeah.
And then another one I've read was The Women by Kristen Hanna. I loved that book. I've talked about it a lot just to people in my life. I've forced a lot of people to read it at work. In personal life, I'm like, made my mom read it. It's just a really great book. And you have not read it, yeah?
No, but I love Kristen. I mean, I can't say I love Kristen Hanna. I've read The Nightingale
You've
and
read one,
I
yeah.
loved that book.
Yeah.
But no, I just
I think
can't
this
do.
one's similar.
Yeah. No, I feel like it'll be too heavy for
Oh
my life currently.
God. It's very heavy.
Yeah.
I was just crying the whole time.
Yeah,
but I read
yeah.
it in like 2 days because it was just so good. And
Yeah.
It's big. But it's about a nurse in the Vietnam War who goes over and is in the Army Corps nurse, whatever. And it's just her story in Vietnam and then when she comes home. A lot of the book is after she comes home and everything she struggles with being back and how she's treated in society. I didn't know this because I do not like history, or I haven't liked history in the past, probably because most of my teachers were coaches and I didn't actually learn anything. But apparently, when you came home from the Vietnam War, everyone hated you. Didn't know that. Mm-hmm. So that was really hard to read. I didn't know that was a thing that actually happened in real life and just how terrible, like, the American people were to these people over in Vietnam. I don't know. And so that was a lot of the other half of the book was her struggles coming home.
Yeah.
And it was fucking sad.
Yeah,
It's kind of like a book I've told you not to read, A Little Life, in the fact that, like, I swear to God, anything that's awful and sad that could have happened to this person happens to this person.
Yeah, no, that is a book that I know that no matter how much pressure I get from, like, the bookish community, like, A Little Life, I will not read it. Like, I know myself and I know my mental.
The Woman isn't as bad as A Little Life.
No,
But
no.
it's similar-esque in the fact that you're just like, this person just keeps getting just bam, bam, pummeled.
No. See, I know my brain, it can't handle it, so it's not going to.
We read it for the book club I'm in, and then after that, for months, all we read was like fluffy romance books because everyone was like, I can't read anything serious. For months, we were like, we're not over that. Like, it really stuck with us.
Well, those are the best books.
Oh, I still think about it all the time. It's so great. It's so good. I mean, like, The Nightingale, it's fucking sad.
I was about to say, I was like, I still think of The Nightingale. Like, it's still, like, probably top 5, one of my favorite books.
Yeah.
It's so beautifully written. Like, the story is beautiful. And, yeah, I mean, Kristen Hanna does her research, too. Like, she really, really delves into the history of, like, what she writes her books about. And it's like truly appreciated in her writing. Like she's phenomenal at her job. She's really good at it.
I think I only like The Women more than The Nightingale right now because it's been years since I read The Nightingale.
Oh, yeah.
I think I would need to reread The Nightingale to figure out which one I like more. But right now it's The Women.
Yeah. Well, and she's also gotten like progressively better as a writer too,
sure.
hopefully. So hopefully
That's always the goal.
that's always the goal.
What else? This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. Mm-hmm. So she wrote Every Summer After. This was her summer release this year. I read that one and I really liked it.
That's good to hear.
I have not read Meet Me at the Lake still
Yeah.
because I have not heard good things.
From one person?
Or a lot of people.
Oh, from a lot of people?
I just think generally it's not taken as well.
Seen a lot, which I think does speak volumes as well, especially with Carly Fortune, because her debut was so well liked that if you're not seeing a lot of the second, there's probably a reason. But I've seen a lot of her third book, this one. Like, it's still all over Book Talk.
So good.
Yeah.
It's not as good, I don't think, as Every Summer After, but it's still really good. I think I gave it 4 stars, which I gave Every Summer After, actually.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Did I get mad at you when I heard that the first time? Okay, yeah, sounds about right. Because Every Summer
Your
After
eyes.
is fucking 5-star.
Speaking of Every Summer After,
Yeah.
what? You're upset about that?
I'm a little upset about it. I don't think every book
I know.
needs to be turned into some form of TV or movie adaptation.
That's not even what I'm talking about.
Oh, what are you you're talking about
The second book.
the second book, Charlie's book.
Yes.
Okay. I am excited for Charlie's
I was
book.
like, you seemed excited about it the other day. You changed your tune.
I am a little confused about it. Is it Charlie's perspective of the same time?
I
or is
believe.
it a spin-off?
I didn't investigate very far. I think I sent you the cover, and that's all I've seen
That's
of it.
all I saw of it was the cover.
In my brain, I'm pretty sure it's that summer.
It's
or,
that
you
summer.
know, maybe all of the summers. 'Cause, I mean, Every Summer After is years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, who knows? I hope it's not present day. No offense.
Really?
I don't know why.
I don't know. I mean, I love Persephone and Sam's story, but I don't want to watch
I love how
it
you
through
remember her
Charlie's
name.
eyes.
I don't think I would have remembered her name.
Oh, yeah.
Persephone.
I love it. Well, because Percy's the cutest little nickname, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am excited for that.
I'm trying to see if I can find if the new one is even, it's called One Golden Summer.
One Golden Summer.
So I bet it's
that summer. The summer
they
where
were
it fucked
together.
everything up with Persephone and Sam.
Yeah, I bet.
She's currently reading the Goodreads.
Yeah, sorry. What the fuck?
Is it not?
No.
Damn it.
It's a love story between him and some girl.
Oh, okay, so it is his own story.
Yeah.
Okay, he gets his happy ever after.
Boo. No, I'm not booing that.
Yeah.
I just thought it was going to be like his.
Perspective.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
says he's 19 and something about this girl named Alice.
Interesting.
She's a photographer. So. Still in
Interesting.
Barry's Bay.
Yeah.
So that'd be nice.
Yeah.
But it is not that summer.
I think if it was like Charlie's perspective of Persephone and Sam's love story, it would be very, very much too much like The Summer I Turned Pretty, which it already is. There's a lot of parallels between The Summer I
True.
Turned Pretty and this one. So if we added another POV, it would have just been like inserting Jeremiah or Conrad and writing a whole book about them.
Yeah. I guess.
So we needed the spinoff.
We didn't need it, but
We needed it.
okay.
I love Charlie.
I did like Charlie too.
I love Charlie.
So that'll be fun.
It will be.
I'm sure she just kind of did that because Every Summer After was so successful.
Yeah.
I don't know, actually. Maybe she's been planning this forever. Who knows?
Yeah.
The next one that I really liked was Just for the Summer.
Okay.
I know,
That's Abby Jimenez?
correct.
Gotcha. All these summer books.
I know. I hate it, but it is what it is. So Just for the Summer was great. 5 stars. I loved every second of it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was so good.
5-star.
It was really good. And I don't
Okay.
want to say too much about it because it's because it's technically like the third in like a companion.
What is it called? Interconnected universe or whatever?
Sure.
Interconnected series.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of this interconnected series, next episode is part 1 of this interconnected
Correct.
series, Part of Your World. So,
By Abby Jimenez. So I read all 3 of them back to back to back.
yeah.
And so Just for the Summer was the 3rd and my favorite. And it was really good. And I don't think it was just because you get to see everyone else. Mm-hmm. I think like on its own it stood well. Like just the couple. I really liked the couple. I really liked the guy. So I
Who
would say
is the couple? I mean, the girl at least. Do we know the girl in the first book?
No.
Oh, really?
Yes. I mean, I guess I can say what she does. She is a travel nurse.
Oh, okay.
And she's traveling around, whatever. She sees this Reddit post of this guy, and he says every girl he dates, they break up after a few dates, but then they meet their soulmate. So, but she also has that problem, apparently. Every guy she dates, they break up, he gets to be with, they end
like
up
the next girl is who
the
he
one
ends
they
up
marry.
marrying? Whoa.
Yeah, they both have that problem. So
What
they're
a
like,
curse.
well, let's date,
Yeah.
and then we'll break each other's curse. Yeah. Is kind of like the premise.
Okay.
So she's a travel nurse, so I don't think this is a spoiler, but she ends up traveling to be at the hospital that the other 2 books are set at.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of how it's interconnected.
Yeah.
And so she meets a lot of the other characters that way, like working in that hospital.
Uh-huh.
But neither of them are in the other books. You just see a lot of other people from the previous books.
So is the second book Bree's book?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Cool. I like Bree.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that maybe. I mean, because I do plan on reading the other 2. It just couldn't happen for this purpose quite
Yeah, we
yet.
didn't want to cover 3 in 1.
It was just too much. Yeah.
And I think they stand alone. Honestly, you could read them as standalones. I just think you get a lot more out of it. If you want to read Just for the Summer, which I highly, highly recommend, it's my favorite one. But I think you'd get a lot more out of it going back and reading the first 2. Mm-hmm. And then reading Just for the Summer.
At least you know you'll end on a high point.
Yeah, that's true. That one was great. Highly recommend. And then I read Throne of Glass
Oh,
by
yeah.
Sarah J. Maas. Just the first one. I've only read the first one so far.
Did you start with the first book that she came out with? Or did you start
Yes.
with the prequel?
The first one she came out with.
That's how you're reading it, is the publication chronology?
I was told read Throne of Glass, whatever the second one is. I think the third one, and then the short story.
And then the fourth. I think that's the most popular way that
Yeah.
I've seen it too, actually. But some people are like, no, read it first because it answers questions that you'll have from the first book. I don't know. I haven't delved into that. It's too overwhelming. That series for
I know.
me, it's too overwhelming.
That's why I've waited so long, but
Yeah.
is what it is.
But you bought it on a package, right? Like you got like a Kindle
they
package?
like a bundle ebook. It was like $25 for every single one of them.
Oh my gosh.
So I was like, fuck it. Let's
Yeah.
do it.
And she lets me use her Kindle app, so I'll have them too.
That's true. You do have them.
I do.
I didn't think of that. And my audiobook app. So what were your favorite reads? Those are all my favorites. Everything else was mid. And I'm like such a thriller girly.
Yeah.
Every thriller I've
Keep
read has
talking.
been straight fucking trash.
Wait, really?
Yes.
You just finished one recently, didn't you?
Yeah, that one was good. It was the best one I've read in a while. It was called True Crime Story. And I think the only reason I really liked it, it was good. It was whatever, but someone's mowing, so
Ooh.
so sorry. It's fucking Monday. I don't know what you want from me. And then True Crime Story, I read it as an audiobook, and I think I liked it so much because it was a full cast, and I'm a bitch for a full cast.
Yes. I love full casts.
So I really liked it because of that.
Yeah.
The thriller part was fine, great, whatever. Wasn't anything revolutionary.
But the production was good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Like the way it was done was really good. And it's written as if the actual book you're reading is a true crime
Like file?
novel.
Oh, okay.
So it's written as if you picked up The Stranger Beside Me, which is the one that Ted Bundy's, I think, girlfriend, maybe wife, wrote after he was
okay.
arrested. That's what the book's called. Whatever. It's as if you're reading like an actual true crime novel. Like you open it and it's like a dedication, or it says publisher's note or author's note. And the author of the fake book is the actual author of the book.
Okay.
And so like you're reading it and you're like, wait, what the fuck, is this true?
Yeah.
And it's not. none of it's actually true, but it's written as if it were a true book. Like, everything about it, all the details. It was really confusing at first.
Yeah.
Because I was like, wait.
What's going on?
What? Is this an actual publisher's note about this real publisher or the fake publisher's note? It's a fake, like, publisher's note. Wow. I know.
So it's super involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very mixed media. Mostly interviews. Some emails, but it's mostly interviews. But it's good.
Okay, well, mine is a lot less than Bailey's. Do you remember when I was talking about like how busy my summer was, right?
Like, recall that moment.
I feel
Excuses.
I feel really I feel like this weird sense of like guilt. Like I'm a bookish podcast host and I read so fucking little over my summer that it's actually embarrassing. So I'll just talk about what I did read, whether I liked it or not, because I'll just talk about it. Yeah, thank you. So I listened to all of the Shatter Me series by Tahira Mafi.
I love that you listened to all that because you started it because I read the first one and I said I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And then you blazed through the whole fucking thing.
I blazed through all of it.
How many are there?
Okay, well, there's like 4 main books and then 3 same story, different POV books.
Like short stories?
Yes, but they're not. I mean, they're all pretty short. They're YA. It's a YA fantasy, romance fantasy, whatever. So I did like that aspect of it is because it was very detailed. Tahira Mafi did like, you know, she thought of all sides of the coins and all that good stuff. But I feel conflicted about it because it's so young. It's so young. This is a very, very good. Actually, it grows with the reader. It should grow with the reader. Like I would suggest a 13-year-old read the first book, but not the last book. Because it like...
So probably when it was being released, if you picked up the first one as they were coming out, you were aging 2 and they were like getting appropriate for... I mean, that's like how ACOTAR is. It was started as a YA and then it progressively got not YA.
Yeah, so I do have a really
No
big...
way.
Yeah.
No, it really started as
A Court of
YA.
Thorns and Roses was published as YA. It's still considered YA, and they put it next to the YA stuff. If you go to Barnes & Noble, which I don't agree with, but it's on a table right next to the YA section.
Yeah.
All of them.
All of Sarah J. Maas is always like in the corner of YA fantasy. Like at least at our public Barnes & Noble.
Yeah.
Every Barnes & Noble I've been to in this state
Correct.
has like
Which
a
is
Sarah
fucking
J. Maas
hilarious.
table. Smack dab in the middle of YA fantasy. But like distant enough. Like it's not on the shelves. But it's still like obviously promoted with YA.
So like here's the shelves. There's like a corner with the table. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like it. So I do have this really, really big chip on my shoulder about like young books involving sex. I obviously, as an adult, read adult romance, where there's tons of sex, and I love it. Give me a YA book and there's sex in it, I can't. Like, it's icky.
Agreed.
So, like, the beginning of the books were very... And I'm a big fucking sucker for those, like, giggly butterflies, like, stupid, like, love stories. I'm a big, big sucker for those. It's a dystopian. But then as it got more and more, it got older and older, but the characters didn't get older. It was just, like, the experiences that they had were getting older. One specific character drove the entire series for me. I love him with my whole heart. So I read all of those. I would rate... overall, a 2.
The series?
The whole series.
A fucking 2?
I would rate a 2.
You've been talking about that shit constantly.
I know, and I think I was just in such desperate need for, like, mind-numbing story.
Okay.
And now that I'm, like, out of it, it was, like, it wasn't trash because I am an adult romance, fantasy, high fantasy reader. I've just, like, read so much better quality than what this book was meant to be, which is fine for what it's meant to be. But for my personal reading style, yeah, it's a 2.
That shocks the fuck out of me.
Because I was, like, constantly talking to Bailey about, like, oh my god, my book!
Yeah, and you blazed through them.
I listened to the audiobooks. They also were very young, appealing.
Oh, I could not. I think that's maybe why I didn't like it, is I hated the audiobook.
Yeah.
Hated it. The narrator was, I don't want to say awful, but she was awful to my ears.
Yeah, and she's a lot...
She probably did a great job.
she's a lot older than she presents too.
Yes.
So that also, like, once you know that fact, like, you can hear it, if that makes sense. Like, it sounds like a 32-year-old talking like what they think a 16-year-old sounds like type stuff. So, but I think if it was made into an adult high fantasy book with the same amount of, like, romance triangle shit and all the other, like, side plots and, like, the overall encompassing story, if she could develop it further, I think it would be phenomenal.
She has another series that I've heard good things about, too.
It's also YA. She only writes YA. But, yeah, I read all those. I think there's 7 of them. I read them all. And then what else did I read?
Fangirl Down.
Fangirl Down! You know me and my Tessa Bailey. I love that bitch. I love
Have I
Tessa.
talked about that on here?
No, we haven't talked about Fangirl Down.
Well, I read that, too, and it was fucking great. That should be on my list.
Well, you have another one on your list that...
Later.
Yeah, later.
But on my favorites.
Fangirl Down was one of your faves?
Oh my god, it was so good. I think it's my favorite Tessa Bailey.
Wow, I love that.
Period.
He is amazing.
Period!
The MMC is amazing in that book. So that one I actually did really enjoy. I enjoyed a lot of it. All of it. Well, not all of it. There was one scene in particular.
You said, well, not all of it.
There was one scene in particular where, like, Tessa usually pushes the boundaries of what my brain can comprehend when it comes to, like, sexual activities. But this book was actually, like, oh my god! You're like, this is not, oh my, it is! It's happening! Oh my god! It's in print! Like, it's crazy to me. Like, it's crazy to me when she put that scene.
I know.
That scene.
It wasn't worse than the kitchen scene for me. Nothing beats the kitchen scene in Secretly Yours for me.
Okay, listen, the kitchen
But-
scene was just weird.
Yeah.
This one was just graphic. It's like, oh, and it's from his point of view, which I think makes it so much better. 'Cause I'm like getting embarrassed, like even talking about it. You let someone borrow it.
Oh, I know. I wasn't even thinking. I didn't even know this girl. Like, I know her way better now, but at the time, probably a mistake. But it's a golf romance, and her husband love to golf, and they golf all the time. And, like, he, like, works for, like, a golf company, and that's what he does. Is, like, teaches people how to golf.
Yeah.
And they golf all the time, right? So I'm like, oh my god, you like romance books? I have this one, it's about golf. Thank God she got just a little bit into it, and she said all the golf stuff is so incorrect, I can't do it. Because as soon as I gave it to her and, like, turned around, I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
She might judge me after that. And, like, I don't know her that well yet. Whoops, but it was gone.
Yeah, because
it was
like,
gone.
I highly recommend this one. And she's like, oh my god.
But luckily, she gave it back to me swiftly. And then I told her when she gave it back, I was like, yeah, after I gave it to you, I started regretting it a lot. So I'm really glad you hated it right from the get-go. Honestly, I'm glad you hated it. Because, you know, like the golf tournament they do at the beginning?
Uh-huh.
I don't fucking know what it is. But she said signs aren't allowed. Like, silly little things irritated her like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Augusta National.
Yeah.
And you were saying that she brought a sign, which isn't allowed. The score that he got was impossible at the Augusta. And then a bunch of other stuff.
So, like, stuff like that, she was, like, so irritated by it, she couldn't get through it.
Oh, okay. So, like,
Thank the Lord.
yeah, honestly. Because she probably would have judged the fuck out of you.
She's in our book club now, so.
Oh, wait, really? I love that. I need to make it to book club. It's impossible.
So, you don't live here.
It's impossible.
And it's on
for
a
me to-
Monday.
yeah.
So, you work.
Yeah.
Anything else? That's all you have right here, but.
Oh, when I was in Spain, I did a reread of The Serpent and the Wings of Night, which is a very good book. But yeah, that's about it. That's all. That's all I did all summer.
No reading.
No reading.
That's okay. And then I thought I would tell you about books I didn't like.
Tell me all about it.
Okay, I put unimpressed.
Okay.
So not necessarily hated them, but
Did I put anything for unimpressed?
yes.
Bailey keeps my notes for me.
I made this and I sent her, I said, there are some blank spots for you to fill out. Fill it out. Your questions. But one that I was unimpressed with was Check and Mate.
Stop.
I know you were going to get pissed by that. That's kind of why I put it on here, too. Just make you mad. But, I mean, it was YA, and that I just didn't like it.
It was YA. It wasn't as sophisticated as Allie Hazelwood's other books, but it was cutesy. And I like cutesy. But, yeah, I liked it.
I don't know. I just didn't like it. I was texting
You didn't
you and
like
stuff
the
like the
main
whole
girl
time.
either. Like, you didn't like her at all. Yeah. So it's going to be hard for you to, like, root for anything if you don't even like the character.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I liked the guy, but I did not like her at all. At all.
Yeah. You know, now that I'm, like, thinking about it, there's, like, nothing specific.
And there was sex in it for a YA, ma'am.
Yeah, but they're 18 and 20 or 19 and 20.
So then it shouldn't be shelved as
It
YA.
shouldn't be shelved as YA. I agree. But young adult, I feel like we need to have another one. So there's middle grade and then there's young adult. And I feel like the young adult category is way too big.
Broad.
It's just way too broad. And we need to shorten it. And then, like, there's like a...
I mean, there's something called new adult.
Yes, but what's new adult?
Fourth Wing is technically considered that.
What is new adult?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Like 19 to
There's
22? I don't know.
parameters. There's no parameters.
I know.
We need better
I
parameters.
think that's not the actual
No.
definition, because young adult doesn't necessarily mean they are young adults.
But young adult starts at 13. So
Yeah.
middle grade is like 9 to 12.
Like reading age,
Yeah.
but the characters aren't that age.
But-
because I can give you a million examples of books where there's characters that are kids that are 100% not kids' books.
Yes, but the content is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
The content.
Content should be like young adult content.
Well, yes, because if a 12-year-old's strolling the aisles at Barnes & Noble in the young adult section and they pick out a book and the mother or whatever hasn't read it and they're grabbing this book off the shelf, Mom, I want this book. The cover looks so cute.
So cute.
So Mom's like, bet, pick it up, put it in the cart, girl.
I want you to read too. Let's go.
Yeah. Look at you, so smart, baby boo. No, and then it's this fucking Court of Thorns and Roses.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, I don't know.
And because in A Court of Thorns and Roses, she's an adult.
she is an adult.
She's 19.
I have,
So like a 13-year-old reading that.
I think-
if it was my 13-year-old, I would have a problem with that.
Oh, okay.
16? Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like there's certain ages.
I mean, it definitely, like, depends household to household, too. You know, like,
For
which
sure,
is
but
where...
you can't expect the parents to read censor and read every single thing their kid's reading.
No, we should have more parameters. It's just
I
why
know.
it's too big. Why it's too big.
I think
agree.
Why
It needs to be cut up in chunks.
I don't think that's
13 to 18 is pretty big.
what they mean by YA is it's easily consumable. It's the language that's used in the book.
The publisher may have that in their brain that that's what they're meaning, but the way that it's communicated to the public is not that.
I'm not telling you wrong. I'm just saying that's probably
No.
how it's defined. It's like, a middle grade book is easily consumable, uses very common words.
I love middle grade books, actually.
YA gets a little bit more complicated, and then like adult fantasy, like sometimes you have to struggle to get through things.
Amen.
Yeah.
I didn't put it on there, but I read A Game of Thrones. A game? Is that what it's called?
Game of
kidding.
Game of Thrones.
I was thinking of A Song of Ice and Fire, and I almost said that, and then I said the A. But Game of Thrones, the first one in A Song of Ice and Fire. And that one, I liked it, but I mean, it was
Dense.
dense. If I didn't watch the show, I wouldn't have been able to read it.
Yeah.
Because I had all that background knowledge and names and places and
How to pronounce it, and
how to pronounce it.
it's big.
Those books are hard, Joe. How do you do that? They took a lot of me. Took a lot of brain power to read that.
I just like the world to actually be developed and not just random shit happen.
Okay.
I feel like that was a jab at something.
Akatar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said, oh.
Yeah, that world's not very well developed, in my opinion.
I mean, I agree. But, check and mate.
Yes, thank you. I was like, how
There
did
was
we
other
get
things
here?
in it I didn't really like, but I don't know. I just didn't like it at all.
Yeah, one of your favorite characters was the sassy adult that she trained with, right? The guy, whatever his name was. Anyway.
I honestly don't remember. Like, I blacked it out.
Wow.
I don't even remember her name.
I think it was Morgan, or
You don't either. Cool.
starts with an M, I want to say.
That sounds right. I know her last name was like Green something.
Damn, I'm
Greenleaf,
usually good at
Greenfield.
that.
Another one I was, which is kind of funny, unimpressed with was Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, which is
Yeah.
the second one in the world.
Yeah.
So there's part of your world, Yours Truly, just for the summer. The second one, it was fine. Like, I gave it like, I think 3.
Okay.
There's-
That's not bad.
No, but just everyone says they like really hype that book up. Everyone I feel like gives it 5 stars. They say how great it is, blah 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 blah. And I was like, it's just okay. Like I read it because I had to get to the next one. Like I didn't even like once I started reading it, which I'm very disappointed by because the main character, I really liked her in the first book,
Yeah.
and so I was so excited to get to her book in the second one, and I was like, I don't actually like a lot of the decisions you're making. She had reasons for them, I guess. But I don't know. There was just a lot about the book. And like there's a lot of anxiety in it. But the way it was, I don't know, like who was portraying it and the way it was, I thought was really weird. It was all really weird. I just didn't like it. People thought it was cute. You know what I think I decided I don't like trope I don't like?
Okay.
Letters.
Oh, okay.
Which you like.
That makes a lot of sense.
That I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Because it's them, like Yours Truly, hello. They like start communicating via letters because he's so awkward and socially anxious. He can't fucking talk to her face to face.
Okay.
So she has to write him letters.
Okay.
And like put him on his computer at work. Mind you, they work in an ER and he's a physician. So tell me how he can have a fucking conversation with someone face to face when you're a doctor seeing strangers for 12 hours straight. That's what I didn't jive with. And you're super anxious. You can't have a conversation, but you work in the ER where you're like coding grandma over here, stitching up an eyeball over there. What you doing? I just couldn't jive with that. I'm like, there's no way you're that anxious.
Okay.
Like I have anxiety and I work in the hospital too, but not where I can't talk to people.
Yeah.
My coworkers.
Yeah.
Truth be told, I don't shut the fuck up at work. I bring a book, but I never get to it because I'm just like, chatty over here, chatty over there. So I did not like.
That's fair.
I just didn't think that, whatever. I didn't like that. And the letters, hated the letters.
Yeah, so you just don't like letters for forms of communication
I
in
guess.
novels.
I guess.
Interesting.
I feel like in theory I would like it, but every book I've read with it, I've not liked it.
Yeah,
so.
Secretly Yours you hated.
Correct. You know, I liked Dear John back in the day. I was also in high school, so.
And Nicholas Sparks had us all in a chokehold.
He sure did.
Yeah, he puts crack in his books.
He does.
Yeah.
I read so many of those in high school.
So many.
Which those are adult.
Hey, but it's Fade to Black.
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it's Fade to Black.
My mom didn't care. The next one I was less impressed with was The Au Pair Affair by Tessa Bailey,
I still haven't finished it.
which is, I forgot you started it, which
Yeah.
is the one after Fangirl Down. I loved Fangirl Down so much, so I was so excited. And once again, it was fine, but it wasn't the best thing I've ever read. And it's hockey, so I thought I would love it, but I didn't.
Yeah.
How far are you? Halfway? Joe's laughing at me.
Probably like a third of the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I picked it up again the other day and realized I remember nothing. So I had to just like kind of skim through the first few chapters. And then by the time I got to where I was to begin with, I was done reading for the day. So
Some people like it, but
I'm sure I'll like it. I like Tessa Bailey. So I'm
I'm
sure.
saying I didn't like it. Once again, I think I gave it 3 stars.
Yeah, you just had more hope for it.
I think I did that to myself, which is fine.
Because you read Icebreaker. Were you hoping that it was something like that? Isn't Icebreaker a hockey romance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't love the guy, and I thought I would. Huh?
Oh, well, I already know that I love the guy.
I mean, he's fine.
He's great.
Okay. And the girl's annoying, too.
Sorry, Joe.
She's hit her microphone twice.
I'm really sorry.
Fired.
I know.
Fired,
New
Joe.
new co-host.
You gotta read the books. I'm just kidding. You gotta wear the sweater, too.
Yeah, the same exact one.
Romance book girly. You gotta wear it.
Okay.
Pink and all.
I'll do it.
And then the last one was Wildfire by Hannah Grace, which is the one right after Icebreaker.
Oh, okay.
Because I loved Icebreaker so much. I was super excited for the second one, and once again, I gave it 3 stars. It was fine. But I did not love it as much.
The third one in that
Just came out.
What is it called? Daydreamers?
Daydream sounds right, but also it doesn't sound right.
It's got like a purple cover.
Correct.
It's very cutesy.
It is. Which I'll buy it and read it. Whatever. I'm this far. Daydream.
Daydream.
But I'm excited for that one.
Okay.
once again, it was fine. It was just... So you know how we always talk about, like, a lot of these romance books have daddy issues? Swear to God, still haven't found one without it.
Yeah.
I'm on the hunt. Please tell us some.
Yeah.
But Wildfire cracked me up because the man and the woman in this book both had daddy issues.
Like extreme
pretty bad.
daddy issues, right? Yeah.
Yes, extreme. So it cracked me up for some reason.
No, I mean, it's like...
I was like, of course they both do now.
I don't know if
it's not enough for just one. Now we need both.
I don't know if it's just like such an easy, relatable topic because like everybody got daddy issues, you know? Like, so like we're just like all these writers are, you know, pushing it out, or if all of these authors have like daddy issues and so they're just like filtering into it.
I think it's just an easy way for them to give these women like mental blocks and like emotional challenges in a relationship, if that makes sense.
Yeah, future dads, take note. Don't fuck your kids up. Like, figure your shit out. Go to therapy. Okay, that's all I have to say. Future moms, too, but mommy issues ain't as big a deal as daddy issues. Sorry. It's just not.
I disagree. I think it's still a big deal.
No,
I don't think it's as common.
Yes. That's not what
correct.
Yes, that's not what I meant.
I'm like, it's still fucking... I think it would probably fuck a kid up more.
It's a big deal. Every issue is a big deal. I meant more
You just
common.
become a killer with mommy issues.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah. The mommy issue to like serial killer pipeline is crazy.
Ted Bundy.
Serious mommy issues.
His mom was his sister. His mom was really young when she had him, so her parents adopted him.
Huh.
So he grew up thinking that was his sister like his whole life.
There's a Disney show that's like that too, isn't there?
Not a clue. I
Yeah.
really hope it's not based off of
There's
that.
There's a Disney show. It's a girl. She like grows up thinking that her older sister, like her mom is her older sister, and she like goes off and like does her own life, and then like comes back and she's like, I'm actually your mommy, and she's like, your mommy. Yeah.
So the only thing you wrote in the notes that you've been unimpressed with is A Court of Frost and Starlight.
Oh, I've tried to pick that shit up so many times, and I can't. It's literally this
not even
big.
200 pages. Is it even 200? If it is, it's like right at.
It's like 176.
Yeah.
Some crazy shit like that. But I didn't want to listen to the audiobook my first time absorbing this story because I just didn't want it to be that way. I like the graphic novels the graphic audiobooks.
Okay, I was like, excuse me?
I like the graphic audiobooks for the first 3. So I wanted to just like bust out A Court of Frost and
should've.
Starlight. But I'm like, no. For some reason I have this like, I have to read it.
Probably because you own it.
I do own it.
Like I didn't own them, so I had no cares to listen to them.
Yeah, so
I don't plan on buying them.
I've sat
To be frank.
in my chair multiple times trying to get through this book, and I just don't give a fuck.
I think that's a very common.
I just don't give a fuck.
I would say it's unnecessary, but I feel like one singular thing happens in that novel that kind of matters to the second one. But that's it, which is unfortunate because it's 170 pages, and there's maybe one chapter that I think actually
Has significance.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's like their form of Christmas, right?
correct.
Yeah, so like it's just favor of picking out gifts, and I'm like, I don't give a flying shit. Like literally don't care. So I just like I put that because I have tried to read it this summer, and I just can't get through it.
Maybe in the winter you can.
Maybe a little more cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's Christmas, so
I'll try it.
I feel like it is
I'll try it again because I want to read.
universally not cared for. Then I thought it'd be so fun today.
Oh no, do I know about this?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good.
To talk about our reading goals that we set at the beginning that we told y'all. I went back and watched the videos because I keep a log on my phone, so I was able to find mine, but I wanted to find Kate's. And so I went and I typed out our goals, and then I did some research to see how we were doing. So let's see. One of my goals was read 24 books from my physical shelf because last year I had only read 17 from my shelf, which is fucking awful. Out of the fucking 75, 80?
You have a lot. You have a good
No, I
collection of
read
books.
last year.
Oh, gotcha.
I read maybe 75 or 80 books and total, and not even 20 of them were like ones I owned. So this year, I've read 17 books from my shelf so far
Oh wow.
that are not rereads. So if I reread them, I didn't count them.
Wow.
I really tried.
That's great.
7 left. I think I hopefully, I don't know. And then I said try not to buy a million books. That's classic. I bought 27. this year.
Logged them all? That's impressive.
I logged all of them. And then I've read 10 of those that I've bought.
Wow.
So I've tried to be really good this year about it. Like, if I got it, I read it.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I didn't even do half. But that's definitely more than I've probably done in the past. I've read 10 of them, so.
Yeah, that's great.
I was like,
Yeah.
go me. Finished series. I finished ACOTAR. And then the Grant County series by
Is that
Karen
the
Slaughter.
Okay.
Yeah. But I have started 5 other ones. So
Throne of Glass, Game of Thrones.
I
What
don't
other
even
ones?
know what I put. I tracked that too, bitches.
Wow. She has a full spreadsheet.
Yeah, I do, and I highlight the ones I've read from it. 1, 2. This one, I said, the Black Witch Chronicles that you told me to read.
Yes!
You knew I read that.
I know, I forgot. Man.
So I was on like a really bad Fourth Wing hangover because I fucking love Fourth Wing. And so she's like, you would really like this series. It's super similar. And it was. And I've only read the first one, but
It's okay.
it was good. No, it was really good.
It's really good. It's really good.
Fucking long as shit.
It's so underrated. I never hear anyone talk
No,
about
me
it.
neither. I've maybe seen it on like once or twice on social
I've
media,
seen
but it's
it
good.
Twice on like.
If you like Fourth Wing,
If you like Fourth Wing, then what
to
is-
school,
It's good.
magic.
The Black Witch
There's
Chronicles is so
dragons.
good.
There's fairies too. There's
like
like a lot of other magical
There's a
creatures.
whole race of
Werewolves.
magic creatures. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not just one. It's like all kinds of different magical creatures. So it's really good.
It's so good. The final one is finally coming out. We've been waiting for like over 2 years. I don't know what issues she was having with her publishers, but something was going down.
You don't think it was her writing it?
No.
Oh, okay.
That novel's been done. I
Oh.
almost emailed her and just
my
like,
God.
look, babe, I
Just
will
send it to
sign an Indian, like, what is it called?
NDA.
An NDA.
You almost got it.
Give it to me. Please, God Almighty. Please. I think it finally comes out in like January, I want to say.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's when the third, fourth wing comes out too.
Oh, of course it does. It'll be overshadowed. Anyways, it's
Okay.
so good.
course it does.
It's so good.
So I started that. Game of Thrones, Throne of Glass. This other one, the book was called To Shape a Dragon's Breath.
Oh, yeah. That's a series? Oh.
Only one's out.
Okay.
So we'll fucking see. Because that was also like 2 years ago, and I have looked it up, and I can't find even like a Goodreads like black, grayed
Yeah.
out, no cover #2.
It's kind of it's like a very down low author,
Super.
right? And publishing company, like it's super
I don't even know the publishing company,
off the
but
maps.
I've heard very few people talk about it.
Yeah, I think it's an indie book.
Probably.
Yeah.
And then I started, which I have it on here, but I don't even know if I'll finish it. But it's called Quicksilver, which is a series. I've just seen a lot of people talk about it, and it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I picked it up and I started reading it. I'm like halfway. It's so similar to ACOTAR that I am struggling to get through it.
Yeah.
It's different enough, but it's just not grasping me. And it's huge too, so that's
Okay.
another one I guess technically started, but I haven't finished the first one, and I don't know if I will, so.
That's a good little broad scope of series you've got going on.
They're almost all fantasy.
I know.
And they all are. Look at you little hoes.
Haha.
Changing me, you sluts.
We're waiting.
Change you for the better.
Which, one of my goals was to read more fantasy, so.
You're doing it.
Check. Which I had read, like, young adult, whatever, fantasy before. But Game of Thrones is a big girl fantasy.
Yeah, it is a big girl fantasy.
So that counts.
It so
I was
does.
very impressed.
Yeah.
And then read 60 books, and I'm at, oh shit, I didn't type it in. I was hoping I would finish something by now, but I don't think I did. Oh, shiitake mushrooms. What was your Goodreads goal? Was it 62?
Yeah, we both
As
have
well,
60
I meant?
as well. Yes.
Not 62.
We both chose 60 because last year our podcast
I've read
rotation.
50.
Holy shit! That's amazing. What month are we in? Fuck.
September is the first.
Yeah.
Second.
That's great.
I am not clicking the right buttons at this time.
Now Bailey's going to put me on blast for
Yeah,
all my
let's
goals.
go.
This is just so she can embarrass me publicly.
I pitched this idea to you and you said, sounds great. I don't think you thought that through.
No, I didn't.
You didn't actually.
No, this was also weeks ago, and I thought maybe I'll get my shit together by then.
You haven't. I don't think you finished. No, you finished.
Fuck you.
A few. What Caitlin's literal one and only goal was to read more nonfiction, and I quote, one a month. It is September. She has read none. I don't give a shit. That's never been a goal of mine, but it just, when I was watching the video, I was laughing so hard because, you know, I'm like, it's August and I know this bitch hasn't read none. But I went through your Goodreads just to make sure.
Listen.
You said specifically one a month. 15 minutes at night before bed, I'm going to just pick it up and whip out one a month.
I didn't know what crazy year I was about to enter myself into in January. I was so young and naive back then. Man, this has been the busiest year of my fucking life.
Oh my god. Which, also in that video, you were like, 2022 sucked. Hopefully 2023 is better.
I'm never going to say that out loud ever again in my life.
2024, so.
Shit, the other way around then. 2023 sucked. Hopefully 2024 is better.
I'm never publicly going to admit my goals ever again.
I'm going to make you. And then, of course, 60 books. You're at 25.
Yes.
Oh my god.
At first I was really happy about that. And then I realized it's September.
You realize, oh yeah, that it's over,
It's
well over
September.
halfway, and you're not halfway.
Oh, I can do it.
Okay.
I'm about to read 2 for school.
Joe's
so I'll be
goal was
counting
20
those.
books.
Yay.
We're doing me.
Why not?
Yes.
Put you on extra blast,
I
because
don't remember what I said.
20 books, you're at 13.
Oh shit, Joe, that's great.
Yeah.
You should make it. You have 7 more.
Yeah.
That was my only goal. Did I state anything else?
Honestly, I didn't watch the whole video. Like, once we were done talking,
Rude.
I kind of just was like, bet, got him.
Got him.
Got him. You've read a couple nonfiction.
Several.
3.
I think it's.
Oh.
I've read
Oh. Is that Meditations?
Meditations, Cast,
I read that last
uh,
year.
Oh, I'm like, when?
Last year.
Ego's the Enemy,
And then Vaccinated.
Vaccinated, yeah.
One man's quest to defeat the world's deadliest diseases.
What's the one under Dune?
Vinland Saga. It's a graphic.
It looks
Or
the
a manga.
same as Dune from this angle. I think it's like the same cover.
No.
They look the
No,
same
we're like, nah.
from this angle.
No,
Purple.
Vinland
Orange.
Saga is
That's purple.
manga.
Oh, it's a manga.
Yeah.
And you read Berserk, the manga too, yeah.
I've started that one too. I'm not very far in either.
Well, yeah, there's like 1 million, right?
This episode is very humbling for me.
Well, luckily it's over.
Okay.
Okay. She's like, thank God.
My God. No more embarrassment for me.
As we said earlier, we'll be talking about Part of Your World by Abby Menes. It is a 3-book series, but we're not going to cover the other 2. So, just going to talk about the first one. But I recommend you read the other ones. Or we're just going to talk about the first one.
Thanks so
Anything else?
much. No.
Okay.
Thanks so much for listening and watching us and following us on Instagram at our Book Boyfriends podcast. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to get book recommendations. I may not be able to get to them this year, but I will stockpile them for next. Thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Kate,
And I'm Bailey.
and these are our Book Boyfriends. Oh, I just have to do the little shimmy in the
Now you
beginning.
have to dance, Joe.
Oh my gosh, Joe, you have to dance now.
Well, mine stopped.
What? You're what?
My video stopped.
Oh, that's okay. I didn't like how I did the intro anyway. We'll start over.
Okay, I clapped for myself.
Do we have to?
I just did it for safe measures.
I think we're good. Hopefully it doesn't turn off. I think if I minimize it, it stops my video. So I think I'm fine now.
Oh, that's annoying. Okay.
Unfortunately, I just have to stare at myself.
Yeah, that. I offered you a phone, but you didn't want it.
Hi, I'm Kate,
And I'm Bailey.
and these are Outbreak Boyfriends. Always have to do the little shimmy in the beginning.
Dance, Joe.
Oh my gosh, Joe, you have to dance now.
Oh, mine stopped, so.
What? You're what?
My video stopped.
Oh, that's okay. I didn't like how I did the intro anyway. We'll start over.
Okay, I clapped for myself.
Do we have to?
I just did it for safe measures.
I think we're good. Hopefully it doesn't turn off. I think if I minimize it, it stops my video. So I think I'm fine now.
Oh, that's annoying. Okay.
Unfortunately, I just have to stare at myself the whole time.
Yeah, I offered you a phone, but you didn't want it.
Mm.